What's up, beautiful people? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Hoping everyone's doing good, feeling great, and living their best lives, okay? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, along with that notification bell so you know when I post future videos. Hey y'all, I'm back with a cast video. Y'all know I don't do these too often, so bear with me. I decided to do like a voiceover while I create these sims. So I had a idea to create like a competition series, but I also wanted to be like uh an occult like thing. So I was inspired by like legacies and stuff like that. So let me just read y'all the description because I did write it out. Okay, I planned it all out. So it's going to be 5 spellcasters all living in a school-like build with a mentor. Each spellcaster has an aspiration to complete plus schoolwork. Every week they battle against each other. So like every Friday they're going to battle against each other. Each spellcaster has to battle the winner of the previous battle. They're all put there to be a part of the next generation high council. So the high council is like the top of the food chain, the people who enforce the rules and the laws and stuff like that. Like they're the top witches. So I'm gonna take y'all through creating these sims and also explain about the LP. So that's the description. So let me tell y'all who I'm creating right now. I am creating Veronica Blair. Veronica Blair is a legacy, her family members have been in the High Council since it started. I feel like I'm saying that word wrong. I don't know. But they've been in there since it started, and it was just passed down from generation to generation. Like their spot was just passed down from generation to generation. So she kind of comes in with a little chip on her shoulder. She's like, I belong here. I'm supposed to be here, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Okay. So she's like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, so she's like the baby of the family, so she's very spoiled. She's used to getting her way, and she's gonna have a real wake up call. Like I feel like living with these other 4 people plus the mentor, so 5. These other 5 people, she's gonna have like a real wake up call. She's gonna have to grow up a little bit. I think all of them gonna have to grow up a little bit, but she's gonna have to get out her way and just be just become a better person. But yeah, this is her, and I love how she came out. I originally did create them as young adults, but I realized that I can't put them through school like I want them to. Like I have the magic school mod, but it only works for teens, so I had to make them teens. So yeah, and I also had to get a standstill mod for this cast because baby girl was just moving too much. I can't tell you how many times I told her ass to stay still. I was like, girl, stay still. But yeah, I really wanted her with a nose ring, so I had to play around with that and her earrings and stuff like that. But she's a little bougie and entitled, and that's her. But yeah, so I did come up with a pointing system for them. Like they have like aspiration to complete, so if they complete an aspiration task, it's going to be 15 points. If they win a battle, it's going to be 20 points. If they complete their homework, it's going to be 5 points. If they learn a new spell, 10 points. And yeah, so they each have to get to a certain amount of points to become the leader of the High Council, and that's what they're competing for. So this sim right here I am creating, his name is Jacob Stapleton. He really came out really handsome. I love what I did. So Jacob, him and his family holds a little grudge against the High Council in like the witching world period, because before the Great War that happened and changed and made the law that all creatures were created equal, um, the witches were in charge. Like they were like viewed as gods and stuff like that. Like nobody messed with them. So his family is a little bit, uh, not with the time, like, because time changes and things change. So they're not with the change. They never have been, even though it's been like years. It's been like thousands of years since the war. Him and his family they passed down this grudge from member to member, and one of the reasons is because one of their family members were killed um, during the war, and not just killed; it were like tortured and murdered. So they really hold a grudge. So he's coming in with an ulterior motive. Um, so each of these five Sims were picked for a reason. They don't know what that reason is. They don't know what makes them special, but they were picked for a reason. So he's like, hey, they picked me, so I'm going to come in. So, like, it's not a thing that passes down from, like, family member to family member, like in Victoria, like in Veronica's family. Anybody can be picked that shows potential. So I guess the current high council showed them, thinks he shows potential. So, and they picked him, but they don't know that he's coming in hot. Okay, so this sim that I am creating right now is Leon Richardson. And Leon is the first gen spellcaster, but not really. There was a spellcaster down his line, far down his bloodline. But then after that, it kind of like the magic in his blood kind of, windowed out, and it kind of just disappeared. And then boom, he came. So he didn't find out that he was magical until like his 13th birthday, and he didn't know what the hell to do. He was like, like he had no one to train him. He had no one to tell him what was going on. He couldn't lean on his mom or his dad or his aunt or his uncle, because as far as they know, that their family was human, not spellcasters. So he really taught himself everything he knows. He was really surprised when he got that letter saying that they want him to train to be a part of the next High Council. He was like, why me? His mom was like, why not? He was like, you know what, mama? You're right. So he's going to take on this challenge and see where it takes him. Yeah. So he's going to have a lot to learn because he's not a part of this world. So he's going to come in with open eyes and open everything. He's going to be very, very curious. And he's going to learn a lot. Yeah. But I liked how he came out too. He came out so good. Like all of them came out looking really, really good. And I was impressed with my skills. They getting better. But yeah, so that's all about him, and that's basically all about the LP. That's what the LP is gonna be about. Just them trying to compete to become the leader of the High Council, and also to complete their duties to become a member of the High Council. They also have to learn every I kind of want to say affinity, but I don't think that's the right word, but every category of magic. But they're also going to specialize in one particular area, so they're gonna have a lot on their plate to learn. But that's Leon. I think I went back to add some hair and remove the scars and stuff like that. Like, why they came with scars? For what? But they're cute. All right, so we are at Caitlin Pearson. Caitlin is kind of an underdog. Like her family, her family, they're kind of known in the witching world um, as like powerful. Like they're one of the powerful families. And when Caitlyn started training and honing her magic, like her family, you know, tried to get her like to be the best that she can. Like as soon as you show your magical powers, you have to like, you know, learn how to control them and stuff like that. She was very afraid. She didn't know what was going on. She wasn't really on board. She was like, I don't want this and everything like that. So her family just kind of cast her off and was like, yeah, she's not gonna make it in the witching world. She's gonna probably like disown, like not disown her powers, but like not use them and hide it from the world and just live a mundane life or whatever. But you know, she started surprising them more. Like she started um, dibbling in her magic more. And when she got the letter to join the High Council, she was really surprised also. She's like, what makes me so special? Like, even my family don't think that I have the ability to, you know, be a spellcaster because of how she initially reacted when she found out that she had powers. Which I think is really valid. Like, if you're little and it's something just, you know, something abnormal just happens to you, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? But yeah, so that's her. Yeah, I really feel like out of all the 5 people, she's gonna be the one with the most character growth, because I think she really has a lot to prove to people, to her family, and to herself. Like I feel like she has, you know, a lot to prove that like I can do this. Like I belong here. Yeah. So yeah, she came out looking like a real Barbie doll. Like she was so small. I was like, she is too small for me. But I really liked how she came out. I was trying to give her a little hips, a little booty, but I ain't trying to do too much. But yeah, y'all, that's Caitlyn. Um, she's a little introverted too, so we'll see if she makes any like close friends within the group or what. We don't know. I don't know. I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Like I was literally sitting here writing down everything. I was like, oh, this can happen and this can happen and this can happen, but you can only do so much in The Sims. And I really love this, like this storyline, I guess. And this outfit is really cute. I love it on her. Um, she's like a little porcelain doll. I love it. Okay, so the last spellcaster is Raven McCain. And Raven is our party girl. She don't want to do nothing but party. She's like, why am I here? Why did they pick me? I don't know what I'm doing here. Her family is kind of like an outcast, kind of. Like, they do what they need to do to stay alive in the witching world, but they're like, we don't want to be a part of that world like that. Like, it's not that serious. So she's a little slacker. I really think her and Veronica is going to clash because just how their personalities are. I feel like she's gonna be like, Veronica takes this too seriously, and Veronica's gonna be like, she don't take it seriously enough. Like, why are you here? If you don't want to be here, you can leave. So Raven is gonna be the one that kind of breaks all the rules in the house and kind of like pushes people boundaries, I guess. Like, you know, try to get them to do like not bad things, but like out of the box things. I feel like she'll be like, y'all, let's go here or whatever, when they should be like studying or practicing magic and stuff like that. So yeah, that's Raven. She's a little slacker. I really like how she came out. She was a bit small for me too. Like, they look like Barbie dolls. I can't even lie. But yeah, she came out fabulous. Like, look at her. Yes, look at her. Okay, so this is the last sim that I'm creating in this video. This is the mentor, Robin Meyer. So he is not a part of the original, well, not the original, but he's not a part of the High Council now. He works closely with them. So he is kind of like the person who trains the people to become the highest of the highest. So he's a mature spellcaster. If you paid attention to their ears, I kind of made it like I left his ears pointing because I feel like that would be an indication. Well, I wanted that to be an indication that he's a mature spellcaster, which means that he is set in his particular category of magic. He knows a lot of magical spells. He's seasoned. He knows what he's doing. So he's gonna be the one that lives with them, keeps them in line, making sure they need to do, well, making sure they're doing what they need to do, to become the next generation of the High Council. Making sure they're up to par standards of the exiting High Council members who are just getting really older, and they're ready to just spend their retired home, the remaining of their years with the people that they love. So yeah, I would say spellcasters live a very long time. So like the spellcasters that are exiting now, it's like maybe like close to 200 years old. So they just want to really spend their time they have left with their families. So they're training the next generation. He's gonna also be joined by 2 other spellcasters, but he's gonna be the main one that's living with them and keeping them in check. That's the Robin. He doesn't really have a family. He's dedicated his life to serving the High Council in the witching world. But yeah, y'all, that's them, and y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit the like button down below along with that notification bell for future videos, and of course that subscribe button. If you made it all the way through this video, I really appreciate it, and I thank you so much. See y'all in the next one.